welcome back, my people. You ask and I shall deliver. Today we're actually going to cover what Beth has requested, and that is time management, focus strategies, and how I keep regimented through running my business and bodybuilding alongside of it. And that's definitely a great topic that I think many people will benefit from massively. So I think point number one that we are going to have to cover, and that is going to be the most important one in my opinion, and that's actually scheduling. That's something that I have done the past 2 years, and that has been non-negotiable as part of my routine. Obviously a lot of what we are going to talk about is based around my daily routine and my daily habits that I have created throughout this process. The most important one is scheduling my time and scheduling my work blocks throughout my day. So in order for you to be most productive and as efficient as it possibly can be, you have to pinpoint and find a time in a day where you are productive the most. Personally for me, the first 3 hours of my day, I have the most energy and the most mental focus I can give towards bigger tasks, which is always check-ins and programming. So the way I schedule my days is I have my work blocks set at certain times. So I know exactly what I'm going to do across each given day. Throughout structuring my days, planning ahead and having a rigid structure and schedule. So the most important thing for me is having the time at which I know I can perform my best, both in and out of the gym. So I would never train at a time where I know physically I'm not my best version of myself. It's the same for my work and my mental capacity. I would never try and work at a time where I know mentally I wouldn't have the capacity to be able to perform and give back to my clients the way I need to. So for me, the main most important thing was finding the time at which I can bring the best focus and have the best performance as a coach. And for me, that time is between 5:30 in the morning up until around 11 a.m. And any time after that, I know I cannot focus the same and I cannot give back the same feedback as I would throughout those times. So every single day throughout my week, I have my work block scheduled around that time. Any other tasks that I have to carry out is always based on the time after that. So the most important thing when it comes to obviously being regimented through running a business and bodybuilding is having a schedule and being able to prepare and time manage your actual routine. So for me, it's always a case of planning my week ahead of me. I know exactly what I'm doing at any given time. If it's a training day, obviously I know that I train every single day at 1 o'clock. So I have that time frame set for my training. That is the time that is solely devoted to training. Post-workout is a little bit of downtime, and then I have my client replies that I do between a certain time. So each every single day has structure, and each every single day pretty much looks the same. I know it sounds really boring, but it's the most effective way and it's the most efficient way for me to actually work and be a good athlete at the same time. Anything that I have to do extra or over is always scheduled around my rest day. So I will complete my normal work block that is generally starts at 5:30 and finishes around 11 o'clock. That would be beginning with check-ins, client updates, programming. Once that is all wrapped up, I will then begin to do other tasks if it's a rest day, whether it's meetings to do with work or any other task that I need to take care of that is potentially to do with the gym or setting up new clients, etc. Consultations as well is always based around those days. So the biggest flaw that I have had in past when I wasn't quite as busy as I am right now is not knowing what I'm doing where and when. And I had so many of these tasks that I needed to complete across that day, and I would just do them in random order. And it would never work. Yes, I would get it done, but was the quality of work the same? Absolutely not. So for me, the most important thing was actually creating a schedule that actually suits me, suits my lifestyle, and allows me to perform the best both in and out of the gym. Second point that I believe most people completely overlook and dismiss is your sleep and quality sleep. For me to be able to have the brain function that I need in order to break down the check-ins in detail and do the job that I have to do with my clients, I need to be on point and I need to be sharp. In order to do that, I know I need a good amount of sleep. If I haven't slept properly, my brain capacity, my brain function is not the same. So, you know what it's like? Social media glamorizes working hard, and I am all for working hard. However, working hard would never be sacrificed. Would never be sacrificed for less sleep. That is just something I would not be willing to do, because less sleep for me as an individual means worse performance as a coach and as an athlete, and that is something I cannot afford to do. So the second point that I really push with a lot of my clients, and I have made a serious non-negotiable myself, is making sure that my sleep schedule is as close to perfect as I can physically get it, because the better I sleep, the better my performance is as a coach and as an athlete. And that is what is the most important thing for me right now in my life, is being a great coach and a great athlete. And in order for me to be that, I need to get my quality sleep. So that's one tool that I believe many people undervalue. A lot of people like to, rely on nootropics and all these other things to actually get work done. For me, I don't believe you'll need nootropics. Trust me, if you can actually get a good 8 hours of sleep, solid sleep, you will wake up and you will feel like you've had a nootropic. So for me, the most important thing that I have been prioritizing massively the past 2 years, the past year and a half, is definitely sleep. That has allowed me to continue leveling up my knowledge and my skill set as a coach and as an athlete, most importantly. So prioritize your sleep in order for you to be able to perform well in and out of the gym, whatever you do. Point number 3, when it comes to focus strategies, this is going to be simple, and this is something I have done the past year. When I'm working, I do not have my personal phone near me. When it's work time, it is solely work time. I do not have anything around me within my environment that would take my focus away from work. That has enabled me to do twice as much in far less time than ever, because I do not have a single thing pulling me away from the task at hand. The only thing I have in front of me is my work phone that's solely my clients, and I have my MacBook on my laptop in front of me with my Google Sheets and all my work stuff present. So in order to be able to focus on hand truly with no distractions, I simply remove anything that could be a possible distraction. So I either use my workspace downstairs or use my office. The door will be closed, quiet room, dogs will make a noise now and again. However, my personal phone will not be anywhere near me. Although I am quite strict and regimented with it, with even my work phone was on my desk, I wouldn't touch it. However, I don't even want the temptation to be there. When it's work time, it's work time. When it's chill time, it's chill time. I am a firm believer, whatever you do, you have to put 110% effort into whatever you do. So I know that people like to say, balance. For me, I am the most balanced, unbalanced person you will ever meet. What I mean by that is, I put 110% into everything I do. And that is something that I think everyone should really do. And that is something that has come about off the back of a conversation I had with one of my clients, Zach, actually. He will probably be watching this. Zach is a workhorse, and we often speak about balance in our lives in general, as he's got an extremely busy business life and bodybuilding life, and obviously family life. And the only way to manage being busy and being remotely successful is you have to be 100% devoted into everything you do. So we are not balanced. We give 110% to our relationship, our business, our bodybuilding, across the board. We do not prioritize one thing or the other. Everything is prioritized and everything is given 110% effort. If you treat everything you do with that kind of respect and that kind of effort, believe me now, that will be a game changer to anything that you actually put your mind to. Point number 4 that we cannot forget about is, in order for me to be able to manage everything I do, it is not done through just being one-man army. You need your support network, whether it's your business partners or your actual partners. I have been blessed to have both. So I have amazing business partners and I have an amazing partner that has allowed me to excel in everything I do. If you truly want to be successful, I don't think that you can do it on your own. You will need a great group of people around you in order to, 1, support you emotionally and physically, and you will need great people around you to give you the push that you need in order to be successful. Whether it's actual motivation and drive you get from it, or whether you get a lot of inspiration from them. I am very fortunate to have people around me that I seek inspiration from, I seek a lot of help from, and I can always rely on as well. So I believe a key to success in any sport you do, in any business venture you take, is having great people around you, great support network, and great circle of people that want to see you succeed, that will have your back, will support you, and will be there for you when you need them. I believe that I have been very, very blessed and very lucky to have some amazing people around me. Obviously Meg and my business partners and my friends in general. Every single person I have around me pushes me to be better and challenges me in many, many ways. And the people I have around me, I seek a lot of inspiration from. So when you are so inspired every single day to do the things you need to do, you will not need to be motivated, because you know what you need to do in order to achieve what you need to achieve. And I believe that having that sort of support network that not only can rely on and you can actually get help from, but having the kind of support network that will drive you to be better and challenge you as a person, both in and out of the gym, I think that's priceless. And I think that has been a massive contributing factor to me actually developing as a person, developing in business, developing as an athlete, and maturing in many, many ways. My life has definitely taken a massive turn from 2017 when I actually met Meg, when I met my business partners. I always had the want and I always had the motivation to actually get somewhere, and I always had the drive to do it, but the people and the environment I was in wasn't a great environment to actually do this. And being with Meg and getting into business with Charlie and Mike, and always having the people around me that I do now, my friends, my loved ones, has challenged me, has pushed me, and has allowed me to truly reach my potential and be the person that I always want to be, and be the person I will strive to be as well. So do not undervalue your support network and people around you. So now I have spilled all the secrets that you need to be successful and reach your potential, as I have done, I believe. Now I can move on and let Scarlett take over, and you can actually get a little bit more help from Scarlett and a little bit more tips from our coaches with our brand MKCoaching. So enjoy. Thank you so much, guys. Share, like, subscribe. Comment below, let me know if you liked it, let me know if you want me to cover anything else in particular. Beth, I know you'll be watching this, let me know if you enjoyed it. And thank you so much, guys. I'll leave you to Scarlett.
Hi, I'm Scarlett and I'm one of the coaches with MKCoaching. We're going to go through a little bit of a day in the life of me today. So I've already done my check-ins for this morning, gone through check-ins and video feedback. We are now just having some food, and then we are going to go down to eval to get my bloods done, and then a training session over at UltraFlex. So I've just arrived at UltraFlex Durham. I'm going to train push today. So obviously Meg coaches me, so she has made my programme to bring up the areas that I am considerably lacking in, which is shoulders being one. So with obviously my background coming from powerlifting, didn't really do much accessory, if any, accessory work anyway. So coming into bodybuilding, having very little delts to play with, so that's been the main focus with this. So we're going to go and smash some delts. Fuck shoulders. So some good tips for pressing is to make sure that we've got a nice straight line from the elbow up to the wrist, so you can get power as you press up. If you're pressing on an angle, you're actually going to be pressing from a disadvantage of your actual movement anyway. And also making sure that you're correctly bracing. Keep the body super tight and use your feet when they're pressing in the floor to actually give momentum from the ground, like as leg drive. You don't want to be dancing your feet about when you're pressing, because you're going to have energy leaks. We want to be as still and as strong as possible when we're pressing up. So you want to make sure that you keep your torso nice and still and brace locked in, so you don't have any swaying and movement from the rest of the body. So if you really want to isolate the delts, you want to keep everything else as tight as possible. So no swinging, no moving, everything nice and solid. Keep the shoulder down and reach the arm out to the side. You want to have the arm come a little bit more in front of your body rather than directly out to the side, as that's the way that the delt actually sits a lot in line with the body. so that was my push session, nice and short and sweet, but obviously just focusing a lot more on the shoulders, which is an area which I need to bring up a lot. So obviously Meg has programmed that in for me to bring up them areas which is specific for my needs, which is something that we do across the board with the brand, looking at obviously what the client needs are, like what their current body shape is or what their goals are. Everything will be addressed on a needs analysis based on them, and then put in with their training and nutrition, and also everything outside of the gym as well will be all put into play with how we would build a program for someone. So that's what's for me, because I need to bring up those areas amongst other things. But yeah, that was push for today. So just back at home now, just going through some other bits of work, and I just thought I would touch on something actually that was part of the service that we offer, and that is helping build structure and routine. Obviously people's routines and days will change over time, you know, if you get a new job or job demands get higher and things like that. So sometimes you'll have to look at a client and have to change things to suit that. So for instance, one of my clients the other week had to change a lot of things with work, and things were getting really stressful, and he actually missed a lot of sessions, and it was causing him a lot of distress because he really enjoys his sessions and, you know, puts in a lot of work. So what we did was we actually looked at his schedule and give him set days which ran over the course of the weekend instead, where he had like more time to commit to his sessions rather than obviously trying to fit them in on a rotation through the week when he's been doing 12, 14-hour shifts at work. So obviously looking at from a check-in point of view, we can see that he was struggling then, and then fast forward 2-3 weeks later, he's absolutely flying in the gym and loving things, and things are getting a lot better. So it's just something that we do take quite seriously with looking at people, helping build people's schedules, because it's something that people don't tend to have when they first come to coaching, and it's really good to help fit things around their lifestyle, because everybody is different and everybody has different needs within the coaching service. So it's just not one size fits all really. So I just wanted to touch on that, because it's something that is done across the board with every one of the clients. So yeah, so that's a wrap up from me and what I offer as a coach under the MKCoaching. Hope that you've taken away something valuable, and if you're interested in learning more about what we offer and or working with me in particular, then please do drop us a DM. But yeah, that is all for now. I'm gonna shut this door now. I can't do it.
You ruined the cigar chat.